Hello, podcast fam. How are we today? I'm so excited to be here for a solo episode from the space. Summer at the space. That's what's happening here. Little life update, some previews as to other life updates, and some divine downloads that have been coming through during the Lionsgate portal / Mercury retrograde. So let's get into it. I've been feeling so grateful and so lucky to have this space and to be able to work from here, podcast from here, film from here, and also have others come and share their gifts here. And it's been feeling really, really special. So every time I tune into a podcast, I'm like, wow, I'm so grateful that we have a space to do it. And we're able to do it right here, right now, whenever the downloads come through. So right now, I've been having some revelations of my own, and I feel like you guys have heard me share a little bit about it, but I want to share some more because this, to me, this container, this space of our podcast feels like such a protected little intimate club. And for some reason, I just feel so safe here to go deep and to share. And I feel like it's because of you guys and the listeners and the people who share that they're listening in and sharing what resonates and what doesn't. I'm always so grateful for it. But I had this revelation in one of the classes I was teaching on the beach last week that so much has changed within me over the last few years. And I feel like for so much of my life, I was very forward facing, Leo rising. I feel like there was a period in my life where, like, when I really came into the role of a teacher, that Leo came alive so much. And I felt so comfortable being so forward facing in public and sharing everything that I was going through. And over the last few years, there have been a lot of things that have happened personally that have just shifted how I feel comfortable showing up. And I think about it all the time. And it's something like I'm personally navigating, which brought me to this idea of different seasons that we go through. And we can very easily compare ourselves, whether it's our physical body, whether it's how we show up, whether it's our relationships or how we performed at work or how, whatever it is, what success looks like, we can compare it to previous seasons. And the truth is, we were never this version of ourselves that is right here and right now. And every season calls upon something different. And that's okay. So that's just something personally that I've been feeling, and I wanted to convey that message and share that message with you because I think a lot of the times we know that we're growing, we know that we're evolving, but at the same time, we like to compare ourselves to previous versions of ourselves or have the expectations of what has happened in the past or be how we used to show up in the past. And that's just not who we are anymore at this point. And to navigate a new path can feel really scary. And it could call on a lot of courage to try to figure that out and be patient with yourself as you evolve into this next version of you. So if this resonates with you and it's something that you feel like you've been going through, I want to share some tips from my experience. And the first tip would be being really patient with yourself and allowing yourself to really feel deeply into where you would like to go next and what feels most aligned. I'm at a point in my life where there is nothing more important than me staying in alignment. So if I consciously think that something's going to benefit an area of my life, but it doesn't feel in alignment, I am not doing that. It's just a no for me. So being patient with yourself and really taking the time to feel into your body and feel into what feels in alignment for you is the most important thing. And then moving from that space, because I feel right now, the very energetic times we're living in, it's energy over everything. And we have to do everything we can to protect our energy, preserve our energy, and align our energy. So it's aligned to our most authentic self. So that is a tip that I would have for you if you feel you're going through that too. Another message that I've been receiving during this Lionsgate portal is We are spiritual beings. We're growing awareness every day. We are becoming more multidimensional every single day. And at the same time, we are having an absolute human experience. And although, yes, there's a meaning for everything and there's a higher perspective for everything that we're witnessing and experiencing, sometimes we just need to be human as well and feel all the humanness of this experience. And I think when we're in tune spiritually, we have these very high expectations for ourselves, how we move through the world, how we interpret challenge, how we move through obstacles. And yes, that's all true, while also just feeling everything that this human experience brings and just appreciating it for that. And when I got this download, I actually then saw this meme that's kind of trending, a spiritual, like, I don't know why I'm calling it a meme, but like an infographic or a quote. And it's like the last layer or like the last level of spirituality or your spiritual evolution is understanding that you're a human. And although you are spiritual, you're also here to just experience life as a human, period, the end, and experience all of it. And when I got the download, when I received it this morning in the shower, and then I saw that quote later, I was like, oh my goodness, it's interesting how the collective is receiving a bunch of different of the same messages in different ways. But it was very relieving to me because sometimes we're just meant to say, and this was the experience, and there's nothing to analyze. There's nothing to look deeper into. It is just meant to be felt and experienced in the way that it is. And then, of course, from there, we can bring in the higher messages and the lessons and all of the spirituality and faith that we have to support it. But it's also a balance of just feeling into the humanity of it all. So that was another message I got. The third message for Lionsgate that's been coming through is everything is a reflection of our own energy. So many of the times we want to go out beyond ourselves. If something isn't aligning in our life, we want to go on the outside and fix it and do and produce and shift and change and work. But really what we need to do is go within ourselves. And when we go within and we shift our frequency and energy within, everything outside of ourselves starts to shift. And when I get lost or when I start to think like, what am I sharing anyway? Why am I always sharing meditations? That's the reason why, because we have power within ourselves. We have access to tools and resources that help to actually dial in a higher frequency, a higher state, so that we could expand, so that we could hold a higher thought. We could hold this energy of infinite possibilities. We could hold the energy of faith. We could really lay the foundation of our own faith. And then from there, everything outside of us shifts. So if something is challenging in your outside life, what can you do? How deeply can you go within to help the change occur there? Sometimes it's really about going within rather than going outside of ourselves. And then to add on to this message that's been coming through, and I shared a lot about this in our live this morning, Monday morning's live, is that when we know that everything is energy and everything is frequency, what we're creating within ourselves is going to be, we're going to see as a reflection on the outside of our life. So it's very easy to focus on the lack or what we don't have or what we're seeking or what we're looking for. But when we actually focus on everything that's in the here and now, all the evidence we have already of what we're looking to bring in, that actually brings us closer to bringing it in. So when you're manifesting through this portal, do not focus on the lack. Do not focus on what you do not have. Start to focus on the abundance of what already exists in the areas of life that you want to magnetize more towards you. So if you're looking for love, you're focusing on all the love that you feel in your body, tapping into that energy as much as possible. If you're looking for abundance, you're feeling the energy of abundance. You're looking for evidence of abundance everywhere you go, whether it's in the form that you're looking for and manifesting or not, generating that energy. And as you do that, you become a vibrational match to bring that in and to magnetize that towards you. So during this portal, not focusing on the lack, not focusing on what you do not have, but focusing on what you want to bring in from what you already have, what you already know, what you've already been able to tap into and feel within yourself, whether it's in this present moment or it's been in the past. Tap into the memory of that and allow that to magnetize what you want towards you. Allow that to expand your aura and help you become more of a match for all that you want. So I want to share a little bit about the Lionsgate portal. The Lionsgate portal is a time where the star Sirius, which is the closest star to the earth, is in alignment with our sun, which is in Leo. And it brings this amplification of energy. It's a portal. 8-8 is an energy of abundance, infinity, infinite possibility. So when we're tapping into, the window opens on the 26th and it ends, I think, around the 11th, but it peaks on the 8th. It might be the 12th it ends, but it peaks on the 8th. And that energy of 8 is that infinity energy, infinite connection within ourselves, with the energy of the universe, and with expansion and abundance. So it's an amazing time to go into nature, to feel into the light codes, to receive all the abundance of the universe, while also setting intention and being so mindful of your thoughts and what you're wishing to amplify right here and right now. So doing any of the abundance practices on Evolve would be amazing. Listening to the abundance playlist that I have, I could link that in the show notes. Really great too. Just having those mantras playing, amplifying that energy of abundance, writing your intentions down, and celebrating. Truly celebrating everything that life has offered you and everything that you are looking forward to bringing in. Tapping into that energy of celebration and expansion. So this is an ancient, I want to say holiday, but portal day, where it was known to literally bring abundance. Where there was famine, there was an abundance of food. Where there was drought, there's an abundance of water coming through. And the ancient Egyptians really tapped into this energy and utilized it to help to cultivate what they needed for their civilization at the time. So it's definitely a time to celebrate. It's a time to honor. It's a time to set intention. And it is a time to realize that everything you want to attract in lives within you. And that energy of feeling as if it's already there is what's going to amplify it. And that's where the quantum shift is going to be. And that's going to support you on this journey of the Lionsgate portal. I'm really excited. I'm doing an event on Saturday. I think that's August 2nd, and then an 8-8 celebration at the space, which I'm really excited for as well. So if you're local and you want to join in, you can do that. We're also going to stream the 8-8 portal peak day as well. So you can look out for that too. I could link it all in the show notes below. And like I said, it's a time of community, of connection, of expansion, of abundance, and of celebration, and celebrating all that life has to offer us right here and right now. So with this being said, I wanted to share with you a meditation from the Evolve app. It is a vortex of gratitude walking meditation. And the reason why I'm sharing it with you here is because I want everyone to have access to it. I think it really encompasses the themes of Lionsgate, being outside, tapping into this energy of gratitude to attract from that space, the space of you already being abundant, already having everything that you need within you, and attracting more in from there. Abundance creates abundance. What we want, we actually have to start to feel right here and right now. And that can be really hard when we don't feel like we actually have it in the physical. But faith is believing in the unseen, believing in the unknown, believing in something to come before you actually hold it and have it right here and right now. And this walking meditation helps you tap into that energy. So we're going to let you go. We're going to let you walk, continue to walk if you've already been walking, and allow yourself to feel into this energy of abundance and expansion for the Lionsgate portal, and come back to this meditation anytime you wish to. Thank you so much for joining in, and please feel free to share this episode with anyone who may need it. Sat Nam.